Looking for insurance you can trust? Cumberland Valley Insurance Management has been serving London, Kentucky for over 40 years as an independent agency. They tailor your coverage to fit you. Local, trusted, committed to integrity. Call Logan Turner, your hometown agent, for all your insurance needs. Cumberland Valley Insurance Management, helping neighbors and businesses since 1977. At London Power Equipment, power means service, power means protection, and most of all, power means power. Power. With technicians certified in Briggs, Kawasaki, Kohler, and Honda. And we offer for sale brands like Grasshopper, Simplicity, Echo, Husqvarna, DR, and Generac. We service and repair most outdoor power equipment brands. And if it's work gear, we've got you covered too. With arborist, forestry, and lineman gear. At 1680 Highway 192 East, we're open weekdays 8 to 5 with options for financing. We are locally owned and operated. Find LPE on Facebook or phone 606-389-5535 for London Power Equipment. The partnership between the Martin family and Peterbilt has been proven to be great. You see, Martin's has a reputation of doing things the right way, and Martin's plus Peterbilt is a winning combination. For more than 50 years, Martin's has provided unmatched service and parts availability. Locally, they support our area youth in every way possible, including the 13th Region Tournament. Martin's Peterbilt, I-75 at exit 38, Martin's Truck Parts, and Martin Peterbilt. They build relationships that last.
For quality casework since 1975, look no further than Stidham Cabinet Incorporated at 471 Nursery Road in Corbin. If you want experience, expertise, and dedication, you've found it at Stidham Cabinet. Come create your dream design by visiting our 2,000 square foot showroom, or visit StidhamCabinet.com to see a list of all of our name brand products to choose from. That's Stidham Cabinet, 471 Nursery Road in Corbin. Phone number 606-528-3648 or 800-425-0899.
The partnership between the Martin family and Peterbilt has been proven to be great. You see, Martin's has a reputation of doing things the right way, and Martin's plus Peterbilt is a winning combination. For more than 50 years, Martin's has provided unmatched service and parts availability. Locally, they support our area youth in every way possible, including the 13th Region Tournament. Martin's Peterbilt, I-75 at exit 38, Martin's Truck Parts, and Martin Peterbilt. They build relationships that last. At Liza Joyner Designs, we share your distinctive vision for your custom home interior design. At Liza Joyner, check out our large selection of Mackenzie Childs. Enjoy browsing all the brands that help us create our designs at lizajoyner.com, or find us on Facebook and in person at 210 North Broad Street off Main in London. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Phone 606-657-4400 for Liza Joyner Design.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here to North Laurel as your Lady Jags take on the Red Hounds from Corbin. In the circle for your Jaguars is Emma Carl.
Looking forward to a great matchup here this evening. These two teams met back on April the 11th. North Laurel winning 15-13.
At the plate right now for the Red Hounds is number 18, the freshman Apple Terrell. 3-1 count here. Swing and a miss for strike two. And that pitch a little high for ball four, so Terrell will take first base, and that's going to bring up number 15, the senior Danny Foley for the Red Hounds.
And North Laurel enters tonight's contest with a record of 21 wins and 4 losses.
First pitch to Foley is strike number 1.
They defeated Somerset last night 6-2 on the road. They'll play later this weekend in the John Hooker Memorial Classic. I want to talk more about that later.
Swing and a miss for strike number 2. Carl finds herself ahead in this count. 0 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, and it's important here for Emma to obviously you don't want to throw a pitch here. You want to throw your pitch, not a hitter's pitch, but not to get too deep in the count here. Oh, great pitch.
Yeah, right there. Caught Foley and made her reach out and extend for that outside pitch and got strike number 3. So that's out number 1 for your Lady Jags, and that'll bring to the plate number 14, senior Reagan Walker. She'll have a runner on first with 1 out here in the top of the first. She'll poke a fly ball out to left field. Keene tracking it, and she'll make the catch for out number 2. And Terrell not able to tag up.
To the plate with 2 outs. Number 22, Morgan Hicks.
So North Laurel now with 2 outs, and that'll bring number 22, senior Morgan Hicks, to the plate with the runner on first. Hicks is batting .344 this season, 21 hits on 61 at bats. First pitch to her is high, ball 1.
The Lady Redhounds enter tonight's game with a record of 9 wins and 11 losses on the season, led by head coach Crystal Stidham.
Swing and a miss right there. Looked like an off-speed pitch by Carl and got Hicks on her front foot.
Yeah, she was out in front on that pitch. Great job by Emma mixing up speeds. And, a lot of these girls, they can sit on that good fastball. So
Carl searching for that outside corner. Doesn't get it. Going to be 2-1 count now.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that miss. That's a great pitch there. Just a really good eye by Hicks.
Right there, she finds the corner there, paints it, and gets strike 1.
Brings it in just a little bit.
2-2 count now. And swing to miss. Carl with her second strikeout of the ball game, and that'll send us into the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, great inning there after giving up the leadoff walk. Emma settled down there to get the next 2 outs, but next 3 outs with 2 strikeouts there to in the top of the first for Corbin. So.
Yeah, and as a pitcher, it's very important. That first inning, you're learning the umpire behind the plate. You're learning his strike zone, what they're going to call, how wide, how tall it is. And right there, Emma, the first batter, still trying to find that strike zone in there, was able to adapt and make the change and got the strikeout.
Absolutely, and I'll bring the Lady Jaguars to bat here in the bottom of the first. Same lineup, I believe, that we've had the last few times we've called the softball games. Will be led off by center fielder number 21, Katie Sams. She'll be followed by the pitcher, number 4, Emma Carl. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 2, Sage McClure. Batting in the cleanup position, number 8, the second baseman, Bella Sizemore. Batting fifth, third baseman, number 9, Ellie Adams. First baseman, number 28, Morgan Edwards. Number 15, Bella Finley, the catcher. And then we'll have number 14, I believe. Now, they changed uniforms. I think Tessa's a different number in each uniform, but I think she's 14. Tessa Monholland is the designated player. Number 11, Katie Keene in left field. And number 10, Lucy Linville will be the flex playing right field.
In the circle for the Lady Redhounds is number 15, Danny Foley. We have number 22, Morgan Hicks at first base. Number 5, Chloe Bates at second base. Number 14, Reagan Walker at third base. And who's that at shortstop? I can't read numbers this far.
I don't know. I had to redo my lineup here. We'll get it in a second.
So 1-1 start here for Katie Sams at the plate. Fly ball hit out to right field. And right fielder going to make the catch for out number 1.
Step to the plate for North. Number 4, Emma Carl.
That is number 27, Leah King at shortstop. Number 12, Olivia Anderson behind the plate for the Red Hounds. So that'll bring number 4, Emma Carl, into the box for your Lady Jags. No runners on, 1 out. First pitch, strike 1. And right there, Carl able to hold off on the high pitch by Foley. That'll make the count 1-1.
Turned out to be another beautiful evening for softball with all the rain we've had lately.
And right there, Carl is able to make some contact, foul that pitch off. One ball, 2 strikes now for Emma Carl. That pitch high and outside. Carl being very patient here in this at-bat. Right there, hits a fly ball into center field, and looks like Alana Stidham is there to make the catch. So that's out number 2, and that's going to bring up shortstop number 2, Sage McClure. McClure leads North Laurel at the plate with a batting average of 532.
532 batting average. That's impressive.
And obviously the first pitch to her is not one she can put in play there.
No, you don't want to throw one down the heart of the plate against Sage.
Hard cut by McClure, but swing and a miss for strike 1.
Have you ever seen Sage not take a hard cut? She's not going to get cheated at the plate.
That pitch low and inside. 2-1 count now. No runners on. 2 outs here. McClure looking to get things going at the plate for the Lady Jags. Great eye there. That pitch just inside.
Yeah, that's a pitch there, I think, in the younger Sage McClure would probably swung at. It looked good coming in, but it was, she probably would have been jammed because it was so far inside.
3-1 count now. And that ball hit down the third base line. Umpire signals fair. McClure going to go to second. And a nice stand-up double by Sage McClure here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first.
Staying hot. That batting average will creep up close to 600.
Yeah, that was just that ball hit in a perfect spot. And it ended up rolling on that turf all the way to the corner of the fence. So after the double by McClure, Corbin going to gather in the circle for a quick infield meeting here as number 8, Bella Sizemore, will step to the plate for the Lady Jags.
Stepping to the plate for the Jags. Number 8, Bella Sizemore.
Sizemore with 31 hits on 79 at-bats this season with a batting average of 456. And Sizemore first pitch is a fly ball. And Stidham comes in, makes the grab for out number 3. So that's going to do it for the end of the first inning. 0-0. No one yet to score, and we'll head into the top of the second. You're listening to Jalen and Mike Black on WJT 98.5 and North Laurel Nation on Facebook.
At Liza Joyner Designs, we share your distinctive vision for your custom home interior design. At Liza Joyner, check out our large selection of Mackenzie Childs. Enjoy browsing all the brands that help us create our designs at lizajoyner.com, or find us on Facebook and in person at 210 North Broad Street off Main in London. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Phone 606-657-4400 for Liza Joyner Design. Looking for insurance you can trust? Cumberland Valley Insurance Management has been serving London, Kentucky for over 40 years as an independent agency. They tailor your coverage to fit you. Local, trusted, committed to integrity. Call Logan Turner, your hometown agent, for all your insurance needs. Cumberland Valley Insurance Management, helping neighbors and businesses since 1977.
All right, welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Jalen and Mike Black here on the Jaguar Broadcasting Network. We're heading into the top of the second inning, still 0-0. As 0-0, Kylie Sanders at the plate for the Red Hounds. First pitch to her, swing and a miss for strike one. Sanders is a junior with 11 hits on 42 at-bats for a batting average of .262 on the season. And there's Carl looking for that outside corner once again. Just misses it for ball one.
Better known as Kylie J, as we know her. You know several of these Corbin players.
Right there, looked like a rise ball thrown by Carl. Gets Sanders, and that's going to be 1-2 count. Sanders going to show the bunt here. Pulls back, and wild pitch by Carl for ball two.
We always get yelled at here in the press box about the balls and strikes. We don't keep it in the press box. They keep it in the dugout.
And right there, Carl gets Sanders on the outside pitch for her third strikeout of the ball game, and out number one this inning.
Number 27, Lydia King.
That's going to bring to the plate number 27, Lydia King, sophomore. She has 14 hits on 54 at-bats for a batting average of .259. First pitch to her, swing and a miss for strike one.
It seems to have some good velocity on the ball today.
Right there, King trying to lay the bunt down. Was not able to. So an 0-2 count now. And right there, looked like Carl might have lost her grip on the ball.
She's smiling at that one. Bella Finley had no chance to catch that one. The only thing who was going to catch that was the net. So Emma's laughing. You can see her laughing through her face mask.
Good thing Carl was ahead in the count there. It's 1-2 now.
Good waist pitch.
And right there, another swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 on the evening for Emma Carl.
With 2 outs, number 5, Chloe Bates.
So 2 outs here for your Lady Jags in the top of the second inning. That brings to the plate second baseman number 5, Chloe Bays. First pitch to her, high for ball one.
It's something Emma's doing a better job here with these last few hitters is getting ahead in the count.
Good off-speed pitch there by Carl. Strike one. Make the count 1-1. No runners on here for the Red Hounds and 2 outs. Bays is a sophomore with 7 hits on 27 at-bats. Pitch by Carl. Way high for ball 2. Two count, and there it is. Carl with yet again another strikeout, and that is her 5th of the evening.
Yeah, struck out the side there in that inning. Let's talk a little bit about our upcoming schedule, Jay, and just we had our first episode of the Jaguar Den last night. I thought it was a huge success. We got a lot of compliments on that last night.
Yeah, and if anyone listening was not able to tune in, you can go to North Laurel Nation, the official home of the Jaguar Broadcasting Network, on Facebook, and you can rewatch that show. Great opportunity to hear from some of your North Laurel archers and bass fishermen.
Yeah, I heard from a lot of people today that they really enjoyed that spotlight on some of the athletes and programs that may not always get the publicity that they deserve. And that's kind of the goal of the Jaguar Den is, to highlight all athletics at North Laurel High School, all student athletes, monthly program that we're going to continue. And on June the 2nd will be our second episode. We will be live from the Palace. So if you're in the area and you want to come join us at the Palace, we'll have student athletes from our tennis program, track and field, and we'll also try to squeeze in softball and baseball, just depending on their postseason schedules as well. So super excited about that. I thought last night the coolest part of that was hearing from our Hall of Fame inductees as well.
Number 9, Ellie Adams.
Also, just want to remind everyone, Thursday night is our 3rd annual Jags Gala, 7 p.m. at the Creek Church. So, a really awesome event highlighting all of our athletes on their previous season. So, come check that out. It's always a fun time. Adams up to the plate and hits a little line drive to the shortstop. The shortstop bobbled it, picked it up, made the throw to first, and the umpire took a spill here. He wasn't able to see the call.
She was out.
Yeah,
that's
he
what
was.
He's looking. He doesn't appear to be injured. He was just more concerned about he didn't see the play.
I think he had to get down on the throw.
He did because I think he was going to follow the girl to second base because he
might have thought it was getting through.
Yeah.
So,
but that's out number 1 in the inning. But to follow up on the Jags Gala, we're also going to be live streaming that as well. So you can tune in to North Laurel Nation on Facebook. We'll be live streaming that action.
So number 28, Morgan Edwards, the first baseman at the plate now. The first pitch to her is outside for ball 1. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Looks like my man Mike Kelton, the first base umpire, is okay. Field umpire. Mike's a great guy. He's got his feet crossed up there. Maybe the turf monster got him.
Right there, Edwards seemed to be a little bit out on her front foot. Maybe an off-speed pitch by Foley there. She'll swing and miss for strike 2.
Told him before the game not to mess up, that we were going to be on air, and he said I jinxed him. He didn't mess up, but he fell.
Good cut there by Edwards on the outside pitch. We'll foul it off for strike 2. And a wild pitch by Foley. Hits the backstop. So 2-2 count now for Edwards. And Edwards will check her swing. And field umpire says, nope, she did not go. So great job here by Morgan Edwards fighting back. 2-2, full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch, and Edwards still battling in the box. She'll foul that one off.
Yeah, when you can work the pitcher 3-2, especially being down 0-2 early, this is a great at-bat by Morgan. You know, she may not end up getting a hit, but she's causing the pitcher to have to work a little bit more and just continuing to battle in the box.
Looks like Foley a little bit shaken up after that pitch. She'll take a little trot around the circle. First baseman Morgan Hicks will go check on her. She appears to be all right.
Yeah, Morgan Edwards has been swinging a hot bat lately for the Lady Jags. She's had a couple of homers in the last few games. She has 2 home runs and 15 RBIs on the season. She fouls another one off. She's hitting .333 on the years.
Great battle there by Edwards. The first few pitches of this at bat, you could tell she was kind of struggling, getting her timing down.
Yeah, she was a little off balance, wasn't she?
And you can tell she's made that adjustment, and is reading the ball a little bit better. And right there, great at bat.
Great at bat.
Morgan Edwards comes back from being down 0-2 in the count and will take first base on 4 balls.
Yeah, that won't show up as a hit. That won't improve her average, but that's a great at bat. Get a base runner on here in the bottom of the second.
So we've got 1 out. Catcher number 15, Bella Finley, to the plate now with a runner on first here in the bottom of the second. Both teams still remain scoreless. First pitch to Finley in the turf for ball 1.
Bella hitting .411 on the season. No home runs and 16 RBIs.
Second pitch outside for ball 2. I'd like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors. If you'll see there, they'll be scrolling on the bottom, but thank you to Martin's Peterbilt, Cumberland Valley Insurance Management, Joyner Designs, Stidham Cabinets, and London Power Equipment for sponsoring tonight's ball game. So Finley now been very patient, now ahead in the count, 3 balls, 0 strikes, and more than likely going to take this pitch right here.
Absolutely, 100%.
Ooh, and Finley was ready to toss the bat and take the trot down the first base line, but they're going to say it was right at the top of the strike zone for strike 1.
And here's another one up 3-1. She's got to get a pitch she can drive here.
And right there it was, but she hits it right to the second baseman, and they will get the double play to take us in to the top of the 3rd inning. So great hit, just hit it right to the player. Sometimes that happens. So
right.
We'll head into the top of the 3rd inning, all tied up still 0-0. You're listening to Jalen Mike Black on North Laurel Nation.
At London Power Equipment, power means service, power means protection, and most of all, power means power. Power. With technicians certified in Briggs, Kawasaki, Kohler, and Honda. And we offer for sale brands like Grasshopper, Echo, Husqvarna, DR, and Generac. We service and repair most outdoor power equipment brands. And if it's work gear, we've got you covered too. With arborist, forestry, and lineman gear. At 1680 Highway 192 East, we're open weekdays 8 to 5 with options for financing. We are locally owned and operated. Find LPE on Facebook or phone 606-389-5535 for London Power Equipment.
All right, so another decent inning there by North Laurel. Was able to get a runner on. And Finley with a great hit, just an unlucky situation.
Yeah, that's, you get a runner on. She worked the count, was 3-1, got a great pitch to hit, and got the bat on it and just lined it right out to second baseman. Nothing Morgan can do at first. Those things happen. Sometimes you hit it right at them. Sometimes you just hit a little blooper and they score.
So now, top of the 3rd inning for the Red Hounds, number 12, the catcher, Olivia Anderson, will step to the plate. Anderson's only a freshman and has come in to replace Anila Sanders, who is dealing with an elbow injury.
Yeah, I talked to Anila earlier before the game. She said she was dealing with some tendonitis in her elbow, and she hoped to be back maybe next week.
So first two pitches to Anderson are balls. So 2-0 count. Anderson has 4 hits on 20 at-bats this season for a batting average of 200. And right there, Carl gets strike number 1. Another outside pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. And there it is. Emma Carl's 6th strikeout of the evening for out number 1.
Rolling right along.
7, Michaela Hopkins.
Now to the plate for the Red Hounds with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning is number 7, Michaela Hopkins, the freshman. She'll show the bunt. Tries to lay it down, but cannot for strike 1. Swing and a miss for strike 2, so Carl ahead early. 0 balls, 2 strikes. And right there, strikeout number 6. No.
Number 7.
Number 7. Man, I can't keep up. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for out number 2 this inning. Emma Carl's 7th of the night.
Back to the top of the lineup here with, I think, the right fielder, number 18, Apple Terrell, who walked in the top of the 1st.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that's been Carl's only walk so far this evening.
That's correct.
First pitch to Terrell is high for ball 1. Looked like another off-speed pitch right there. Got Terrell to go for it, and that's going to be strike 1. Wild pitch by Carl. 2-1 count now.
Shout out to a couple people watching who commented, Naomi Thomas and Mark Wells, my substitute teacher buddy. He says, "Go Jags."
Right there, Terrell with a swing and a miss. Strike 2. So Carl throws ball number 3, and that'll set up the full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes here.
Yeah, Terrell here doing exactly what you want a leadoff hitter to do. Be very patient, work the count, and Emma gets the heater by her for strikeout number 8.
That was a great job right there by Carl, knowing she walked Terrell in her first at bat, and then even right there had a full count on her, was able to concentrate and throw a good pitch that got Terrell swinging.
Well, Emma struck out the last 7 hitters in a row. So just doing a great job pitching. Now it's time here in the bottom of the 3rd for the Lady Jags to get on the board here. Like we said, back when they played on April the 11th, it was a slugfest. It was 15-13.
Yeah, and Corbin's been kind of one of the top teams in the region the last several years here. So that was a really good win picked up by North Laurel earlier in the season, and just been another one of the slow starts on the offensive side of things for them. We've seen that several times this season, especially here at home. They just taken a couple of rounds to get the bats going.
Yeah, the last few years, you know, your top teams in the 13th region have been North Laurel, South Laurel, Corbin, in no particular order. Just so it's been a great matchup here recently. Between North and Corbin. We defeated them last year in the regional tournament in the semifinals. Maybe in the finals. I can't remember if we beat South in the finals or Corbin. We defeated them 3-1.
You were correct the first time.
That was correct. Thank you. But they beat us the year before. So just in the championship they beat us in 2022 in the championship 3-0. So I've had some battles with them here over the past few years.
So we're still all tied up here, 0-0. Foley still in the circle for the Red Hounds, and number 26, the lefty, Tessa Mulholland, in the box for your Jags. First pitch to her, just a half second late as she fouls that ball back off into the net. Tessa is the designated hitter for your Lady Jags tonight.
She's batting .379 on the season.
And that pitch just a little high, got underneath it, but fouled it off as well. So behind in the count 0-2, but seems to be reading the ball really well.
Yeah, now she just got a battle again, just like Morgan did the last inning.
Right there, she tipped that ball, but it was caught by the catcher for out number 1.
Got our main man, the fridge, Matthew Brooks watching, and Miss Jamie Davis has chimed in, go Jags.
So now at the plate for your Lady Jags, left fielder number 11, Katie Keene. First pitch way outside for ball 1. Katie Keene is a junior with 64 at bats, 15 hits for an average of .234 this season. And Foley really looking for that outside corner. The last 2 pitches not been able to get it. 2-0 count now for Keene.
Yeah, Katie being very selective. Foley looks in to get the pitch.
And that pitch low for ball 3, so Keene way ahead here. 3 balls, 0 strikes. And that'll be ball 4, so Keene will take her base. And North Laurel now with a runner on first and 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, kind of like the last inning. Got the leadoff hitter, and then walked the second hitter. So, here again with the base runner, important for North Laurel to capitalize here in a 0-0 game versus Corbin.
Number 21, Katie Sands.
So that'll bring us back to the top of the line out here. It's the center fielder, number 21, Katie Sams at the plate.
Yeah, Katie hitting .453 on the season. She flew out to the right fielder in the bottom of the 1st.
First pitch to her is outside for ball 1.
Shout out to Becky Osborne, who is watching on Facebook, North Laurel High School softball legend.
Second pitch to Sams is ball 2. So that's been 6 balls in a row thrown by Foley.
Yeah, she's kind of working behind. Wouldn't be surprised here to see maybe if Coach Edwards maybe put something in play.
Right there, Sams shows the bunt but pulls back, and it's called for strike 1.
Yeah, she's looking down pretty intently at Coach Edwards, giving can't say signals anymore because they give numbers.
Yeah, reading off of a card sheet. And right there, King gonna steal, and she'll slide in safe. Takes the ball off the knee. But a nice stolen base right there by Katie Keene.
Yeah, that's what we needed. Just a little hit and run here. Katie drive one in the gap.
Yeah, the last pitch to Sam's was ball 3, so 3-1 count here. And right there, she'll watch one right down the pipe for strike 2. Full count situation now with the runner in scoring position and 1 out here. Just need Sam's to put it in play. And right there, she's battling, fouls that one out of play. So full count situation here. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and Sam's again will hit one out of play.
Yeah, she's battling here. You just want to cut down your swing, get the bat on the ball. We used to say choke up. I don't know that they do that anymore. I can't tell that she has. Oh, the off-speed pitch.
Yeah, nice pitch there by Foley.
That was a great pitch
Knew
by Foley.
Sam's was all over her and threw the off-speed pitch. Got the strikeout for out number 2.
Yeah, she'd been sitting on the fastball the last couple of pitches.
So now in the box for your Lady Jags, number 4, the pitcher, Emma Carl. She has a runner on second with 2 outs. First pitch to her is outside for ball 1.
Yeah, Emma flew out to the center fielder in the bottom of the first. Emma hitting .475 on the year.
Hard hit ball down the third base line, but Reagan Walker puts her glove up right in time. I still don't know that she even saw that ball. I think she was just as shocked as Carl.
I agree. That ball was smoked.
All right, so we'll head into the top of the 4th inning. Still tied up 0-0. You're listening to Jalen and Mike Black on the Jaguar Broadcasting Network.
3 complete innings of play. We are still scoreless.
So after a hard hit ball by Carl, but that was a great play. The third baseman just got her glove out just in time, and that's twice. We've hit really hard hit balls just right to him, and they've made the play.
Yeah, the third baseman plays in close in softball just to take away the bunt, and that ball got on her really quickly. Just like I said, stuck her glove up and made a great play on it.
So 0-0 here. Top of the 4th inning. We'd like to thank our sponsors of tonight's game: Martin's Peterbilt, Cumberland Valley Insurance Management, Joyner Designs, Stidham Cabinets, and London Power Equipment.
Yeah, Foley, the pitcher, is in the box now for Lady Redhounds. She struck out looking in the top of the first.
First pitch to her is ball 1. Right there, Carl finding the top of the strike zone for strike 1.
Just a reminder, we'll be back on the air on Saturday for the John Hooker Memorial Classic.
Right there, Foley, what a play! Ellie Adams gets her glove on the ball. It tips up in the air, and she catches it barehanded. What an electric play.
I couldn't see it from here in this press box. I'm kind of blocked off, but I kind of got chills just listening at you call it.
Yeah, right there. Ellie Adams said, "You guys have made some great catches. I'll make an even greater one on third base," and that's exactly what she did.
But just back to the John Hooker Memorial, it's been a baseball classic the last few years. This year we'll be playing softball as well. We'll have a baseball game at 11:30 between your North Laurel Jaguars and Southwestern Warriors, and then the Lady Jaguar softball game at 6 p.m. versus Mercer County. So just a great tournament that we've started the last few years in baseball. It's honoring John Hooker and his legacy, and bringing back the old 48th district, which was Pulaski, Southwestern, South Laurel, and North Laurel in Somerset. So all of those teams will be involved playing throughout the day, but we'll bring you the first baseball game at 11:30, and then the softball team will play at 2 also, but we'll be back on the air for their second game at 6 p.m. So pretty exciting. Going to be a big day on Saturday, so we're hoping for great weather. I've not looked that far ahead yet.
And for all of you longtime North Laurel softball fans, tune into the softball game, as we'll have a special North Laurel softball alumni on the call with me. Very excited for that game.
You're going to tease them like that?
Oh, I'm going to tease them. You guys,
who it is?
No, you don't get to know. You have to tune into the screen.
I like it. But yeah, just a great tournament. Lady Jags will play Montgomery County at 2:00, and then Mercer County at 6.
So this is third baseman Reagan Walker up to bat. She has a 2-2 count, and the pitch by Carl will now make it a full count situation, 3 balls, 2 strikes. But man, I'm still fired up after that play by Adams at third base. And fly ball hit up high into the air. Edwards trying to track it down. Oh, and falls into the fence there. Great effort there by Edwards. She's gonna get up. Looks like she's okay, the umpire, and Corbin's coach checking on her there. That's a tough ball, tough play to make. Ball had a weird spin on it, and Edwards was lost in the sun there. And little collision with the fence.
Yeah, right now it looks like the fence may have won. She's looking like she's in a little bit of pain, but Morgan's tough.
And it looks like her dad, Coach Chris Edwards, giving her a hard time. She's just shaking her head.
She wouldn't dare come out of the game.
So 3-2 count, and right there, Walker right up under it. Carl going to come out of the circle and make the play. So that's out number 2. I almost thought she lost it the way she went after it. She kind of just had her hands down, just real casual about it.
Doesn't Emma always do things just very casual like that, though?
That's very true. So this first baseman, Morgan Hicks, at the plate now. She gets a piece of one, but fouls it off out of play.
Yeah, Hicks is 0 for 1 on the day. She struck out in the first. She's Corbin's leading hitter, second leading hitter, hitting .344 on the year with 21 hits, 61 at bats.
That pitch by Carl outside, ball 1. 1-1 count now. 2 outs here for your Lady Jags. Another ball fouled off into the net by Hicks.
Emma's doing a great job in and out of the strike zone, hitting her spots. A lot better than, I can't remember the last game we broadcast that she pitched, but she kind of struggled with her control. But today she has been on the money.
That pitch a little low, trying to hit the bottom of the strike zone there. But it's going to be ball 2. A pitch way outside for ball 3, so we've got a full count now. And Hicks fouls that one off. I want to say it was the Franklin County game.
You may be right. I'd say it was. Yeah, I think she walked several there.
Hicks crushes that one into center field. Sam's going back. It hits the warning track. Sam's launching his second.
Got her.
And the tags are out for the third out of the inning. Such an electric play. Sam's got burnt off of the fly ball hit to center, but throws a laser dot to second base and gets her out for number 3.
Well, she never gave up on the play, like you said. Just a hard hit ball over her head. Sometimes those balls hit right at you.
Yep.
Are the most difficult ones to track. And it looked like it. I thought it had a chance to go out there for a minute, and it hit right on the, like you said, on the base of the warning track, and she just picked it up and just made a great throw into Sage McClure for the third out of the inning. And again, just a great softball game. We're through 3.5 innings here, 0-0.
And from Sage's perspective, plays like that, when you can see the runner out of the corner of your eye coming and there's a chance, it can be hard to field the ball first and then make the tag. But McClure, you could tell there was no pressure there, caught the pass and was able to lay the tag on in time.
That's you practice that, and it's so routine over and over in practice, and it becomes so monotonous. Right there's when it pays off. Just fundamental softball.
Props to Katie Sams there. That was, like you said, just a hard hit ball right off the bat. She was one step away from making the catch right there, but was able to stick with it anyways. An incredible throw to second base. So now Sage McClure will step into the box for your Lady Jags here and try to get things rolling on the offensive end.
Number 2, Sage McClure.
Yeah, Sage McClure was 6 home runs and 41 RBIs on the season in 25 games. I mean, I don't follow softball stats closely across the state, but if you're hitting .532 with 6 home runs and 41 RBIs, that's missed softball numbers in my opinion.
Right there, little dribbler to the shortstop. And first base makes an incredible stretch, but can't hang on to it. And McClure, she'll run it out. And just from the amount of games we've called this season, how many times has McClure beat out a throw or, gotten on through an error? She just gives all out 100% effort every play, and it pays off.
Yeah, she gets down the line really quickly. Deceptive speed. So the shortstop made a great play, and like you said, the first baseman knew she had to stretch way out to make that play and had it in her glove, and it just came out.
So no outs here for your Lady Jags. McClure gets on base and looking for a big hit here out of second baseman number 8, Bella Sizemore. She'll show the bunt, pulls back. McClure looking to steal. The throw's way off, and easy stolen base there by Sage McClure.
That's her 10th stolen base on the season. She's 10 for 10.
One 0 count for Sizemore. And that pitch going to be ball 2. That pitch inside.
A good eye there by Bella. That's that inside pitch that looks so good as your right-handed hitter there, but it's difficult to hit.
That pitch low, going to be ball 3. 3-1 count for Sizemore.
Yeah, Bella hitting .456 on the year, 26 RBIs, 4 home runs. We can see her pick up her 27th RBI right here. We'll take the walk.
Absolutely. At this point, no outs. We have 2 runners now on base, and you do anything to get a run up on the board as we are still scoreless in this ball game, 0-0.
Well, here is you talk strategy. Runners first and second, no outs. I'm bunting. I'm bunting here. I'm moving 2 runners into scoring position and playing small ball here. You know, Ellie's up. Ellie Adams, she's hitting 368 with 3 home runs and 27 RBIs. But you've got to be able to do that to win close softball games. And this is, unlike the game back in April, is a pitcher's duel.
First pitch to Adams is high for ball 1. And you were mentioning Sage McClure and her stats this season. As of 4/21, Sage was number 25 in the state with 31 hits on the season.
Good ball.
That was a close one. They're going to call strike 1.
Strike.
Yeah. And North Laurel was leading the state with team doubles.
There it is.
As Adams lays down a beautiful bunt. She's thrown out at first, but gets the job done.
Absolutely. That's softball 101 right there. Just a great job. Sacrifice bunt by Ellie Adams. I was just 2 pitches late instead of doing it on the first pitch. You got it done there. Great job.
And that pitch was at the bottom of the strike zone, and she got down there and laid down a beautiful bunt. First pitch to Edwards on that outside corner for strike 1. Right here in this situation, you've just got to put the ball in play, make the defense make something happen here. You've got 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. And right there, Morgan fouls 1 off and out of play. So an 0-2 count here for Edwards. But we remembered her last at bat started off the same way.
Yeah, she's gonna battle in here.
Right there, ball gets past the catcher. McClure's coming, slides in home safe for the first run of the evening.
Yeah, that's why you bunt there first and second. Then the pressure's on the defense, pressure's on the pitcher, catcher. Got to be perfect there. And a pass ball, and the Lady Jaguars are on the board.
Great read by McClure. She saw the catcher's glove, got a piece of it, which kept it from hitting the backstop immediately and rolling back, and just a great jump on it. And right there, outside off-speed pitch gets Edwards for strike 3.
Yeah, it's 2 outs. And again, got 1 run in, but you still got a big run there at third base. 2 outs. You need a big 2-out hit here from the freshman catcher, Bella Finley.
Finley with 16 RBIs on the season. First pitch to her, strike 1. Hard cut on the second pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And swing and a miss for strike 3. So North Laurel leaves 1 runner on, scores 1 run, and leads 1-0 here heading in to the top of the 5th inning. You're listening to Jalen and Mike Black. We'll step aside and be right back. For quality casework since 1975, look no further than Stidham Cabinet Incorporated at 471 Nursery Road in Corbin. If you want experience, expertise, and dedication, you've found it at Stidham Cabinet. Come create your dream design by visiting our 2,000 square foot showroom, or visit StidhamCabinet.com to see a list of all of our name brand products to choose from. That's Stidham Cabinet, 471 Nursery Road in Corbin. Phone number 606-528-3648 or 800-425-0899. All right, so North Laurel finally on the board here this evening. Scored 1 run there in the bottom of the 4th inning, and they lead 1-0 over the Lady Redhounds. Carl still in the circle for the Lady Jags. And 00 Kylie Sanders up to bat for the Red Hounds.
Yeah, just a great pitcher's duel so far. Each pitcher's only given up one hit. North Laurel there had a hit, a walk, sacrifice bunt, and scored on a wild pitch.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning for Corbin. 0-0, Kylie Sanders.
Kylie Sanders struck out in the top of the 2nd. She comes to bat for the Lady Red Hounds in the top of the 5th.
First pitch is high and outside. Swing and a miss for strike one. That pitch low. Sanders holds off. Going to be ball one. One count now. Another swing and a miss for strike two. And that's going to be strike three. Emma Carl's 8th strikeout on the evening. We're out number one this inning.
With one out, number 27, Lydia King.
And I misspoke. That's actually Emma Carl's 9th strikeout on the evening.
It's just been a couple innings since she had one. We kind of lost count. She had a stretch there in the 2nd and the 3rd, and she struck out 7 in a row.
This is number 27, Lydia King, at the plate now.
She struck out in the top of the 2nd.
And now finds herself down 0-2 in the count.
Emma Carl continuing just to pound the strike zone, just throwing lots of strikes and didn't waste any time there either. 3 strikes, another strikeout, and for strikeout number
10.
She's reached double digits.
So far, great evening in the circle for Emma Carl.
Yeah, probably the best I've seen her throw this year.
That's going to bring second baseman number 5, Chloe Bays, to the plate for the Red Hounds. First pitch to her is high for ball one. Second pitch, swing and a miss for strike one. 1-1 count now. 2 outs here for your Lady Jags in the top of the 5th inning. Bays holds off on that pitch as it's high and outside for ball two.
Now, Emma entered the game tonight with 84 strikeouts on the season and 38 walks.
Bays gets a piece of that one. Will foul it off out of play.
And here's where you have to stay mentally focused as a fielder. You know, it's been a couple of, well, we had one hit the last inning, but other than that, been a lot of strikeouts. So you got to stay on your toes and be ready for the ball to be hit to you here as we've got 2-2 and 2 outs.
That pitch low. Going to be ball 3 and brings up a full count situation here. There's 2 outs, 3 balls, 2 strikes for Bays. Here's the full count pitch. She hits it right in the middle. Going to drop in front of the center fielder for a single.
Piece of hitting there by the sophomore Chloe Bays.
With 2 outs and 1 runner on, that brings to the plate number 12, Olivia Anderson.
So Corbin now with a runner on first, 2 outs in the top of the 5th, and that's going to bring to the plate Olivia Anderson for the Red Hounds. Anderson swings hard, fouls that ball off of the mask of Finley. The umpire going to walk the ball back to the pitcher circle to give Finley a little break.
Bella's ready to go. She
Yeah,
didn't need a break.
She didn't
She's
need the
looking
break.
in. She's looking in the dugout for the sun.
Oh, 1 count here for Anderson. That pitch low for ball 1. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Got a little help there. I think
Yeah.
that ball was low and inside.
1-2 count now. 2 outs with a runner on first for the Red Hounds. And swing and a miss for strikeout number 11 for Emma Carl on the evening. That's going to take us to the bottom of the 5th here.
Corbin leaves a runner stranded after the hit by Bays. Again, just a reminder, join us here on North Laurel Nation, home of the Jaguar Broadcasting Network, and 98.5 WJTE, the Light of London, Saturday for the John Hooker Memorial Classic. We'll have baseball action beginning at 11:30 as North Laurel Jaguars take on the Southwestern Warriors. Then we'll be back on the air again at 6 p.m. as the Lady Jaguar softball team will take on the Lady Titans of Mercer County. Again, as Jalen mentioned earlier, we'll have I will not be on the air Saturday. It'll be Jalen, and for the softball game, she'll have a special guest that will be assisting her here in the booth and on the broadcast. So tune in for that. I thought she might tell you who that was going to be after a couple innings, but she's tight-lipped.
I like some suspense. It makes people want to tune in. They don't know who it's going to be.
Well,
So,
I don't want them not to tune in because I'm not going to be on the air. So.
Okay. So, North Laurel leads here. The bottom of the 5th inning, 1-0, and number 26, the designated hitter, Tessa Mulholland, is up to bat.
Leading off for North Laurel, number 26, Tessa Mulholland.
Tessa struck out in the bottom of the 3rd, so second time around seeing Foley. Expect her to be ready this time.
Ready she was as she'll poke one into left field. Left fielder can't make the play. Ball rolls to the corner. Mulholland's getting the come around. She'll head to 3rd and throw not in time. So nice triple there by Tessa Mulholland. A little bit of a misread there from Coach Edwards' signal, but was able to make it to 3rd base in time.
Was he waving her around?
He
I
was.
couldn't tell. I can't see from this angle. I know she got to 2nd and stopped, and he was telling her to come on. That's a tough play. Ball coming off the left-handed bat of Mulholland, the left field, so it's going away from the left fielder.
Nice triple there by Mulholland. Brings up Katie Keene to the plate. First pitch to her outside for strike 1.
Again, does Coach Edwards put anything on here as far as small ballers? He let Keene swing away.
Keene pokes one down the 3rd base line. Coach Edwards with a nice play down there. Foul ball for a 0-2 count. Keene's going to pop one up. First baseman Hicks is going to make the grab, and that'll keep Mulholland on 3rd base. And that's out number 1 of the inning. And Coach Edwards here going to make the decision to put in a pinch runner for Mulholland on 3rd base. That's number 25, Reese Garland.
To the plate. Number 21, Katie Sand.
So number 21, Katie Sams, up to the plate for North Laurel. Back to the top of the order. She's got a runner on third and one out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. That pitch inside gets past the catcher. Garland's coming. She'll dive head first in and scores the second run of the evening for the Lady Jags.
I love the head first slide.
Me too. I love it. Great read there by Reese Garland. So North Laurel leads now 2-0 here in the bottom of the fifth inning. 1-0 count for Sams at the plate. That pitch to her is going to be low for ball two. Two-0 count. Sams, ground ball hit to third base. Walker makes the throw and gets out number 2 of the inning.
With 2 outs. To the plate for North, number 4, Emma Carl.
So with 2 outs and no runners on, number 4, the pitcher, Emma Carl, will step into the box for the Lady Jags. And that ball fouled off down the third base line.
I think she lined one right at the third baseman in her last at bat. Not sure with Emma in the box that I'd be too comfortable standing at third base that close.
And right there, Carl gets a hold of that one. It's going to drop fair. Bounces off the fence. Carl's heading for second, and a stand-up double there by Emma Carl with 2 outs. And right, she's been all over that inside pitch all night, and that time was just able to hit it in a hole.
Yeah, everything she's hit tonight's been hit hard.
So Sage McClure into the box for the Jags. 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Hard cut on the first one. Foul ball out of territory. So 0-1 count now. That pitch high for ball 1.
Yeah, Sage 2 for 2 on the evening with a single and a double.
Swing and a miss for strike number 2 for McClure.
Changed speeds just a little bit on her there. She was out in front.
So 1-2 count now.
Yeah, these teams are very familiar with each other. Sage is not going to get a lot of fastballs right down the heart of the plate.
That pitch right there was high and outside for ball 2.
Thing about Sage is she can take a bad pitch and drive it just as far as she can, one right down the middle.
That pitch was outside. McClure wanted to go after it, but great patience, and she's a pitcher's worst nightmare when she steps into the box because of her patience right there like that. She's now
worked the count to 3-2, like
absolutely.
you were getting ready to say.
Yep. So here's the full count pitch. And nice changeup pitch by Foley.
That's a great pitch by Foley.
That is a great pitch.
She pulled the string on her.
And that's a rare strikeout by McClure there.
Second one of the season.
Only her second strikeout of the season. That's impressive.
Yep, in 79 at-bats.
All right, so that's going to end the 5th inning. North Laurel leads 2-0. You're listening to Jalen Mike Black. We'll step aside and be right back.
At Liza Joyner Designs, we share your distinctive vision for your custom home interior design. At Liza Joyner, Check out our large selection of Mackenzie Childs. Enjoy browsing all the brands that help us create our designs at lizajoyner.com, or find us on Facebook and in person at 210 North Broad Street off Main in London. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Phone 606-657-4400 for Liza Joyner Design. Looking for insurance you can trust? Cumberland Valley Insurance Management has been serving London, Kentucky for over 40 years as an independent agency. They tailor your coverage to fit you. Local, trusted, committed to integrity. Call Logan Turner, your hometown agent, for all your insurance needs. Cumberland Valley Insurance Management, helping neighbors and businesses since 1977.
All right, so heading into the top of the sixth inning, and McCarl still in the circle for the Lady Jags, and North Laurel on top with 2 runs, Corbin with 0. So looks like number 9, Anila Sanders, is going to sub into this ball game
She's
here.
gonna hit. Yeah. Maybe she just struggles with that tendonitis throwing because she is the catcher. So
Yep. Can tell she's got some tape there on that right elbow. First pitch to her was strike 1.
yeah, they played 20 games and she's only played in 14. So it's like she's been injured and not played a lot.
Second pitch to her is outside for ball 1. And if I'm not mistaken, she recently committed to Midway to continue her softball and academic career.
Yeah, shout out to parents, Sean and Sam. Known Sam known that family for a long time. She swings and misses there.
So 1-2 count now for Anila Sanders. And right there, strike 3 looking. That's going to be Emma Carl's 12th strikeout of the evening for out number 1.
With 1 out to the plate, number 18, Apple.
So back to the top of the lineup for the Red Hounds. It's number 18, Apple Terrell, in the box.
She is 0 for 1 on the evening with a walk and a strikeout. And Emma gets ahead. Just outstanding job tonight in the circle.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. So Carl ahead with 0 balls, 2 strikes.
Terrell's a freshman, as coming into tonight's game with 18 hits and 52 at bats.
And right there, strike number 3 and strikeout number 13 for Emma Carl on the night. It's looking like a good chance that Emma Carl might be our player of the game this evening.
She's certainly done the job in the circle.
That'll bring,
allowing 2 hits, 13 strikeouts.
That'll bring Danny Foley to the plate for the Red Hounds. First pitch to her was ball 1. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning for your Lady Jags. They lead 2-0 over the Red Hounds. Great pitch right there by Carl. Strike 1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1-2 count now for Foley.
Yeah, that pitch there was just great location, bottom of the strike zone on the outside corner. Even if she hits that, she's probably going to dribble it back to the pitcher or the second baseman.
Hard cut, fouls that ball off.
She's got to be smart here with Foley, though. Foley is Corbin's leading hitter, average-wise, hitting .377 entering tonight's contest.
1-2 count. And that pitch just low, going to be called ball 2. That ball poked into right field, lands foul. Thought there for a second that Foley was maybe going to get one to drop.
Yeah, that one almost fell under the old adage, hit them where they ain't.
So 2-2 count still. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. And there, that one hit fair. And Lucy Joe Linville will make the play in right field for out number 3.
Good for the Red Hounds in the top 6 inning. Head to the bottom of the 6th, 2 up for North.
So that's going to send us into the bottom of the 6th inning. North Laurel leads 2-0 here over the Lady Red Hounds from Corbin. I'd like to see North get a couple more runs here on the board, you know.
Yeah, you want to add on here. You scored 1 run in each of the last 2 innings. You got the 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up. So I know that's probably what Coach Edwards is telling his girls right now is, don't be satisfied here, be up 2-0. Emma just throwing an outstanding game with 13 strikeouts. But you want to just keep adding on because the more you extend that lead, the more confidence she's going to get in the circle or have in the circle. And just continuing to throw strikes and, defense making plays when they have to.
So number 8, second baseman Bella Sizemore is going to lead us off here in the bottom of the 6th. Looks like number 12, Olivia Anderson, is going to check back into the game as the catcher.
Yeah, your Lady Jaguars will be back in action on Friday night as they play in the opening of the John Hooker Memorial Classic against Rockcastle County at 6 p.m. We will not be on the air for that game, but we will be on the air for the baseball game on Saturday at 11:30 a.m. as the Jaguars take on the old 48th District rival Southwestern Warriors. And then your Lady Jaguars will take on Mercer County at 6 p.m. on Saturday.
Number 8,
First pitch to Sizemore is high and outside for ball 1.
And Bella 0 for 1 tonight with a walk.
Hard hit ball off of Foley's leg. And another great play by the shortstop there. First baseman can't hold on, so Sizemore will run that one out. I couldn't hardly see. I know it hit off Foley somewhere.
Yeah, it hit off her shin and shot right. I mean, just a hard hit ball. Shot right back to the shortstop. And a play that should have been made, again, is just mishandled there at first base.
So Sizemore on first base, no outs, and third baseman, number 9, Ellie Adams, to the plate. Had a great play over there on third base earlier in the game.
Yeah, and to me, Ellie is 0 for 1, but her sacrifice bunt in the bottom of the 4th, to me, was probably the biggest play of the game. It was 0-0 at the time. We had runners on first and second. Sacrifice bunt moves the runners over to second and third, and then we score on the wild pitch after that. Looks like they're checking on the pitcher. Danny Foley took a hard shot off of couldn't tell exactly where it hit her, if it hit her in the shin or in the, somewhere. She looks like she's all right, though, and everyone returns to their positions.
But yeah, as you mentioned, the sacrifice bunt by Adams, a big part of the game and such an underrated part of the game of softball altogether. And there she shows another bunt. Foley's pitch, wild pitch, and Sizemore with the big turn on second base there.
She better get back on that bag. Grandpa Dooney will be yelling at her.
So Bella with the stolen base here off the wild pitch, and looks like Corbin head coach Crystal Stidham is going to head to the mound here. Excuse me, the circle.
Yeah, Ellie squared there for the bunt. And I think it was just a fake bunt. She was giving Bella a chance to steal second.
But yeah, it looks like Stidham, Coach Stidham is talking with Foley, trying to decide, if she can continue in this game or if they're going to have to bring someone else into the circle. But North Laurel, good opportunity here. You have Sizemore on first base, Adams at the plate, and Edwards on deck here. No outs, too, in the bottom of the sixth inning. And, yeah, it looks like a pitching change going to be made for the Red Hounds as Foley going to walk into the dugout there.
Yeah, she's still kind of limping a little bit, so I think they're going to make a change here. And it's like number 12. Is that number 12?
18.
18. Number 18, Apple Terrell, will be your new pitcher.
I believe Terrell came from right field.
Center field. She was a center fielder.
Center field, okay.
No. Well, she ran in from center field. She may have been over talking to the center fielder. She was originally listed as the right fielder.
Yeah, I believe because Stidham is the center fielder out there.
Correct.
Yep. So Terrell came in from right field, and she's taking her allotted pitches here, and looks like she's heading to the dugout trying to find her face mask.
Yeah, by rule, she has to have that.
And that's a great rule. College, I still don't understand, why pitchers would ever enter the circle without a face mask. I get it. It's not worth it to take a hit to the face like that.
No.
And still makes me nervous, especially playing on turf, seeing McClure and Sizemore playing second and shortstop without wearing a face mask.
I think Bella wears one at second.
Does Bella?
Yeah.
I know McClure doesn't.
Yeah.
Again, personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
But
Apple Terrell is a freshman. She's pitched in 14 games, started 8, 56 innings pitched. She has 3 wins and 4 losses on the season with 40 strikeouts, 18 bases on ball. So she's pitched about as much as Foley has here for the Lady Red Hounds.
Yeah, and I misspoke earlier. Sizemore stole second base, so we have a runner in scoring position here with no outs. And before we resume play here, I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors for tonight's game: Martin's Peterbilt, Cumberland Valley Insurance Management, Joyner Designs, Stidham Cabinets, and London Power Equipment. Thank you all for sponsoring tonight's softball 13th region matchup. So Adams steps into the box. 1-0 count for her. First pitch by Terrell is low for ball 2. Second pitch by Terrell is low and inside for ball 3. So Adams right here, way ahead in the count. And right there, Adams going to take ball 4. So got runners on first and second now. No outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First baseman number 28, Morgan Edwards, up to the plate, and she's due for a great hit here, and I have a feeling she's going to deliver. Edwards Gets the bunt,
wow.
and first baseman overruns it. The bunt pops up over her head, and Edwards runs out the bunt, and the look on her face right now, she's like, we'll take it.
We'll take it. Yeah, she popped the bunt up in the air. First baseman charging goes over her head. She still, when she got to the ball, if she would have looked at second, she had a chance to get the force out at second. It's just, in the moment, she was looking to see if Bella was coming home.
But hey, we will
again, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Absolutely. So now bases loaded. Finley up to bat, and Lord, she lines one to the dugout. And some laughs coming from the dugout as it appears everyone was able to duck out of the way of that one. So Finley was ready for that pitch. 0-1 count now, though. The bases loaded, no outs here. That pitch inside by Terrell, and 1-1 count now. Oh, and the umpire, home plate umpire comes up with a big call there, foul ball, and it was the correct call, but thought that ball almost had a chance.
Had a chance, but again, that's the correct call.
Correct call, yep. But great hit there by Finley, and that's 2 hard hits she's had down the first baseline, foul territory. Hopefully she can line one out here. 1-2 count now. Bases loaded, no outs in the bottom of the 6th. And right there, she'll hit a ball to right field. Catch is not made. Comes off of the right fielder's glove. Sizemore scores. Adams is gunning for home. And she'll score as well. So an error by the right fielder and 2 runs score for North Laurel, making it 4-0. And that right there is just why you put it in play. And because regardless, if the right fielder had made the catch, we had Sizemore scoring on the tag up.
Yeah, just a great job with 2 strikes there by Bella Finley. Just to get the ball in play, force the defense to make a play. Like you said, if she comes up with the catch, we still score 1 run there. That's 2 more runs on the board. Extends the lead to 4-0.
Mulholland, she's going to look to keep this rally going as she fouls that first pitch off. And, she had a great hit to left field and ended up getting a triple.
She had a triple in the bottom of the 5th. And then Riesland Garland, the pinch runner for her, came in to score on a wild pitch.
That pitch low and outside for ball 1. So 1-1 count for Mulholland now. She has 2 runners in scoring position on second and third base and no outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, looking to keep this rally going. That was a high pitch, but Mulholland able to foul it off out of play. 1-2 count now. Ooh, and a 1-2 pitch was off speed and a little outside. Got Mulholland for strike 3. So that's the first out here of this inning.
Number 11,
and that's going to bring up number 11, the left fielder, Katie King, to the plate for the Lady Jags.
Runners on second and third. I'm bunting here.
Great play by Anderson behind the plate. She was able to field that pitch on the bounce, kept her run from scoring. So first pitch is called ball 1. Second pitch.
Fouled off her leg.
Yeah, she did. So 1-1 count now. And yeah, there's the bunt. She squares for it. Doesn't get it. Yeah, and it looks like there was no foul ball signaled, so must have went right below the bat there. Very low pitch right there. That one's hard one to get down.
She kind of choked up. I didn't say anything. She choked up on the bat. I could see here that was probably what they were going to do there.
Holds off on that low pitch now for 2 balls, 2 strikes here.
And again, like Bella Finley in her earlier at bat, you got runners on second, third. A ball in play scores a run. Anything that's not hit back to the pitcher.
That pitch inside gets away from the catcher. Here comes Edwards, and she'll slide in for the 5th run of the night for the Lady Jags. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is 3 times we have scored on a passed ball.
You are correct.
So great situational awareness here on the bases by the Lady Jags. 5-0 lead over the Redhounds. And Keene, another ball fouled off down the third base line. So she's battling hard. 3-2 count. With runners on first. Runners on third. Still 1 out here, the bottom of the 6th. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. Another inside pitch, and Keene turns on it, fouls it off. She can just wait half a second here, line this one out. She's all over it, though. And it looked like an off-speed pitch. We'll get Katie Keene for strike 3.
With 2 outs. Brings to the plate number 21, Katie Sands.
So that's going to make out number 2 here in the bottom of the 6th and bring us back to the top of the lineup with center fielder 21, Katie Sam. She has 2 outs and a runner on third. First pitch to her nearly gets by the catcher. Great play by Anderson behind the plate. 1-0 count. That pitch a little low. Wasn't what Sam's was looking for.
Strike 1. The bottom of the strike zone. Like you said, not what she wanted. She still.
That's right back where Terrell went. She went to that same exact spot there and got it for strike 2.
She probably won't go back there on this pitch, but I bet she does if nothing happens here. Nope, she went right back inside.
She did and just missed it, like you said, inside. So if you're Sam's right here, you got to be ready to turn on that inside pitch. 2-2 count now, 2 outs, runner in scoring position on third. Here's the pitch. And Sam's crushes it. It'll drop in center field. It's going to score Finley, and a nice single by Katie Sams with a full count there.
Great situational hitting again. Just getting the ball in play and driving in that 6th run.
Number 4, Emma Carl.
6 runs on the board now for your Lady Jags. They lead 6-0. Runner on first base, 2 outs, and Carl. And a first pitch steal by Katie Sams, and Corbin not even going to attempt to throw there. I like the aggressiveness on the bases so far tonight.
Yeah, that's Katie's 14th stolen base of the year. She's 14 for 14.
0-1 count for Carl. Just missed that pitch. Hard cut, but a swing and a miss for strike 2.
Yeah, Emma's 1 for 2 on the evening with a double in the bottom of the 5th.
And just a weird spin on that one.
It had a backspin on it. Landed in just there where the shadow is and shot right back toward the catcher. No chance of throwing her out on that.
No.
Again, when you look in the book, it's going to be a single.
Absolutely. And now runners on the corners, first and third. 2 outs here, and McClure, she's going to look for a hit here. And Carl, easy still. And the first pitch to McClure, the ball 1. So 1-0 count, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Runners on second and third. McClure watches that pitch. It's called for strike one. That pitch real inside. 2-1 count. She'll hold off on that pitch. It's high for ball 3. And as you've mentioned so many times this season, she's just going to have a really hard time getting a pitch that she can drive, especially against a team like Corbin, who's very familiar with her at the plate. And right there, she hits it. That outside pitch, she drives it in the gap, scores 1. Carl coming home, and that was a nice little jog home by Carl, even though the throw was coming in.
Yeah, the right fielder, she didn't come up throwing to the plate. I mean, that would have been the obvious play, coming up throwing 4 there, and a little lackadaisical there, but a good hit, just in between the first and second baseman, single, 2 RBIs there for Sage McClure. That's her 42nd and 43rd RBIs on the season.
That'll bring up Bella Sizemore to the plate. First pitch to her is ball 1. North Laurel now leads 8-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Second pitch to Sizemore inside for ball 2. And ground ball hits a third base. And she's thrown out for out number 3. So that's going to do it for the 6th inning. Your Lady Jags put up 6 runs in the bottom of the 6th. And they lead over Corbin 8-0 heading into the top of the 2nd. This is Jalen Black, joined by Mike Black. We'll step aside and be right back.
The partnership between the Martin family and Peterbilt has been proven to be great. You see, Martin's has a reputation of doing things the right way, and Martin's plus Peterbilt is a winning combination. For more than 50 years, Martin's has provided unmatched service and parts availability. Locally, they support our area youth in every way possible, including the 13th Region Tournament. Martin's Peterbilt, I-75 at exit 38, Martin's Truck Parts, and Martin Peterbilt. They build relationships that last.
All right, so Carl remains in the circle for your Lady Jaguars here in the top of the 7th inning, and North Laurel looking to get 3 outs here and in this ball game as they lead 8-0 over Corbin.
Yeah, people are going to look at the score and just think it was that North Laurel dominated, but through 3 innings it was 0-0. We scored a run in the bottom of the 4th, one in the bottom of the 5th, and then 6 runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Capitalized on some mistakes by Corbin, but also had several hits as well. But Emma is thrown an outstanding game with 13 strikeouts in 6 innings.
Her first pitch to third baseman Reagan Walker is low for ball 1.
Walker's 0 for 2. She flew out to left field and hit a little fly ball to first base.
And second pitch by Carl low as well gets past Finley for ball 2. Right there is swing and a miss by Walker for strike number 1. Walker hits a ball in the left center gap. Sams comes up throwing to second, not in time, so stand-up double for Reagan Walker to start the inning for the Redhounds.
With 1 on, it brings to the plate number 22, Morgan Hicks.
That'll bring to the plate first baseman 22, Morgan Hicks for the Redhounds. So Walker with a big hit here, trying to get something going on the offensive end for the Red Hounds. Appears she had some jewelry, bracelet, something fall off her wrist running to second, and now it looks like Bella Sizemore helping her out there, putting it back on. So we'll resume play here. First pitch to Morgan Hicks, and she'll foul it off into the back of the net. It's going to be strike one. And I just noticed, you're right, Sizemore normally does wear a face mask, as Hicks hits it to the third baseman. Adams tried to stare Walker down, but she'll get the out at first, and Walker advances to third. That's going to be out number one of the inning for the Jags. But as I was saying, Sizemore, she normally does wear a face mask at second, but tonight she does not have one on.
But Sage does.
But Sage does it, yeah.
We were completely wrong.
Yeah. Kylie Sanders to the plate now. Her first pitch is fouled off out of play.
I would have bet you money that it was the opposite, just having watched them over the years. But
now that I think about it, Sage has worn one all season. As the second pitch to Sanders is way outside for ball one. So maybe we just don't know what we're talking about.
Maybe we don't.
But Corbin showing a little bit of life here with the runner on third, one out. Sanders, ground ball. Adams going to charge at it, makes the throw to first and gets the out, but Walker is going to score. So Corbin finally on the board now. North Laurel leads 8-1.
Number 27, Lydia King.
That'll bring number 27, Lydia King, to the plate here for the Red Hounds with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. First pitch to King is outside for ball one. And that pitch is going to hit King, look like on the inside of the knee right there, and she'll try to walk that one off as she goes to take her base. And we could hear the smack from that one all the way here in the press box.
Yeah, nothing about that feels good. Can't tell if it was on the shin right below the knee, but she's in a little bit of pain.
So now to the plate for the Red Hounds. Number 5, Chloe Bays. First pitch to her is ball one. Second pitch low, gets by Finley. And that was ball two. Finley not going to throw to second, so stolen base by Lydia King. So Bays now 2-0 count, 2 outs and a runner on second. Hard cut, swing and a miss for strike one. And she hits a ball hard to right field, and Lucy Jo Linville makes the catch for out number 3, and that's going to do it. Your Lady Jags take down the 13th region opponent, Corbin Red Hounds, 8-1. Overall, great ball game by both teams. We talked about it, looking at the final score, most would say, oh, that was a pretty dominant win. But as you mentioned, first 3 innings, both teams were scoreless.
Yeah, just, for like we said, for the first 3.5 innings, it was scoreless. North Laurel put 1 run on the board in the bottom of the 4th, but pitcher's duel. Foley kept us off balance. for a better part of the game, and then we were finally able to get to her. Just put some balls in play, some good base running, put a couple of runs on the board, and then got 6 runs there in the bottom of the 6th. And just a dominant performance on the mound by Emma Carl. She gave up 3 hits, had a shutout there until the top of the 7th when Walker doubled and eventually scored. But just a great win as the Lady Jags improved to 22-4 on the season, and just a great win.
They remain undefeated in 13th region play. Yep. So we will step aside, get another word from our sponsors here, and we will be back with our player of the game and hopefully a word from head coach Chris Edwards. You're listening to Jalen and Mike Black on North Laurel Nation.
At London Power Equipment, power means service, power means protection, and most of all, power means power. Power. With technicians certified in Briggs, Kawasaki, Kohler, and Honda. And we offer for sale brands like Grasshopper, Simplicity, Echo, Husqvarna, DR, and Generac. We service and repair most outdoor power equipment brands. And if it's work gear, we've got you covered too. With arborist, forestry, and lineman gear. At 1680 Highway 192 East, we're open weekdays 8 to 5. With options for financing. We are locally owned and operated. Find LPE on Facebook or phone 606-389-5535 for London Power Equipment. The partnership between the Martin family and Peterbilt has been proven to be great. You see, Martin's has a reputation of doing things the right way, and Martin's plus Peterbilt is a winning combination. For more than 50 years, Martin's has provided unmatched service and parts availability. Locally, they support our area youth in every way possible, including the 13th Region Tournament, Martin's Peterbilt, I-75 at exit 38, Martin's Truck Parts, and Martin Peterbilt. They build relationships that last.
For quality casework since 1975, look no further than Stidham Cabinet Incorporated at 471 Nursery Road in Corbin. If you want experience, expertise, and dedication, you've found it at Stidham Cabinet. Come create your dream design by visiting our 2,000 square foot showroom or visit StidhamCabinet.com to see a list of all of our name brand products to choose from. That's Stidham Cabinet, 471 Nursery Road in Corbin. Phone number 606-528-3648 or 800-425-0899.
The partnership between the Martin family and Peterbilt has been proven to be great. You see, Martin's has a reputation of doing things the right way, and Martin's plus Peterbilt is a winning combination. For more than 50 years, Martin's has provided unmatched service and parts availability. Locally, they support our area youth in every way possible, including the 13th Region Tournament, Martin's Peterbilt, I-75 at exit 38, Martin's Truck Parts, and Martin Peterbilt. They build relationships that last. At Liza Joyner Designs, we share your distinctive vision for your custom home interior design. At Liza Joyner, check out our large selection of Mackenzie Childs. Enjoy browsing all the brands that help us create our designs at lizajoyner.com or find us on Facebook and in person at 210 North Broad Street off Main in London. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Phone 606-657-4400 for Liza Joyner Design.
Hi, my name is Mike Black, the principal at North Laurel High School. I'm joined by Athletic Director Ethan Everso, and we're excited that you've tuned in to the Jaguar Broadcasting Network. The Jaguar Broadcasting Network was a dream of mine to be able to showcase the talents of not only our student athletes, but our students who are actively involved in creating commercials, working behind the scenes in video production, and we're excited to see where this venture leads.
If you want to see your name or business come across the screen in one of our commercials done by our awesome sports marketing class, feel free to reach out to the school. You can contact me via email or via phone. We can make that happen for you. Thank you for tuning in to the Jaguar Broadcasting Network.
Go Jag.
You have found the source. It's the light of London 98.5 for the old and new. And somewhere in between, we are the light of London for the very best of country and southern gospel.
We are the light of London 98.5, providing you with some of the very best gospel music around. And you can take us with you anywhere you go. For more information, visit us at www.lightoflondon.com.
All right, welcome back to North Laurel Nation here on Facebook and WJTE 98.5. I'm joined now with our player of the game, the pitcher, Emma Carl. Emma, you ended this game with 13 total strikeouts, I believe, and there was one point we were keeping track. You had 7 strikeouts in a row. And me and Dad talked about it all game. We just felt like this was the most locked in you've been in a game before in the mound, or in the circle. Just talk a little bit about, did you have a feeling when you were warming up tonight, like that you were going to pitch a good game, or was it just kind of halfway through you were like, okay, I'm pretty locked in right now?
Well, coming off our last game, Middlesboro, I think it was, I pitched really well that game, and I just thought like it would carry over to this one. And we're getting late in the season. I'm starting to throw better. And last time we played them, it was like a 1-run game, and it went into extra innings, I think. And I just wanted to let them know it's not close.
Absolutely. And looking at the final score, it was 8-1, but the first 3.5 innings were scoreless. It just felt like you guys were a little slow, to get the bats going. But there's been several games so far this season where it's been like that, and then you go and score 6 runs in an inning. Does it just take you guys a couple times around to really get the feel for the person who's pitching to you?
I don't know. Some games we come out hot, we come out hitting, and then sometimes when it's been a while since we played, we come out and we're like we get a slow start.
Yeah, and one play I remember specifically that was important was Ellie Adams' sacrifice bunt. You have 1 out. She gets a bunt down, gets the runner over to third, and we ended up scoring her. And then we had Morgan who bunts over the first baseman's head. Do you guys practice bunting a lot? Is that an important part of y'all's game?
We bunt every day at practice, but we haven't really bunted a lot this year in games. But we gotta start laying them down in games to get ready for postseason.
Absolutely. You got Rockcastle coming up on Friday here at home. The first game of the John Hooker Memorial Classic, I believe. What's the mindset going into that game?
We got to stay hot, and I think Tessa's pitching that game, so she's going to pitch her guts out, and hopefully we can shut them down. And
you guys are finishing undefeated in 13th region play, I believe, or so far you're undefeated. You played Corbin twice, beat them twice, played South twice, beat them twice. That's pretty good feeling heading into 13th region tournament coming up soon. So hopefully you guys keep your foot on the gas and get it done, and we're back at John Crop. So
yeah,
great game tonight. Congratulations, Emma.
Thank you.
For quality casework since 1975, look no further than Stidham Cabinet Incorporated at 471 Nursery Road in Corbin. If you want experience, expertise, and dedication, you've found it at Stidham Cabinet. Come create your dream design by visiting our 2,000 square foot showroom, or visit StidhamCabinet.com to see a list of all of our name brand products to choose from. That's Stidham Cabinet, 471 Nursery Road in Corbin. Phone number 606-528-3648 or 800-425-0899.
The partnership between the Martin family and Peterbilt has been proven to be great. You see, Martin's has a reputation of doing things the right way, and Martin's plus Peterbilt is a winning combination. For more than 50 years, Martin's has provided unmatched service and parts availability. Locally, they support our area youth in every way possible, including the 13th Region Tournament. Martin's Peterbilt, I-75 at exit 38, Martin's Truck Parts, and Martin Peterbilt. They build relationships that last.
All right, welcome back to the Jaguar Broadcasting Network as your Lady Jags softball team defeats Corbin 8-1 tonight, and we're here with head coach Chris Edwards, and just a very good game. And obviously, the first 3.5 innings it was scoreless, and the score may not seem like that, but it was a pretty close game up until then. Just what were your final thoughts on your team's performance as a whole? Things you need to improve on?
We played a good team tonight. Corbin's record is not, of course, what they would want it to be, but they're really good. That's a good ball team over there, and Danny Foley is as good a pitcher as you'll see in this region. Trying to get my stats so I can talk intelligently here to you. The one thing we wanted to cut down on tonight was strikeouts. We had too many against her the other night. Well, the other night we had to stop a 2-point conversion the last time we played and beat them 15-13. I knew it wasn't going to be that. The thing that I pride myself on, and the girls have really bought into it over the years, is we have to pitch the softball well and we have to catch it. Offense will come and go. We had 8 hits tonight off of Danny. That's not bad. I'll take that every. If you promise me 8 hits against Danny, I'll take it every night. And I can't remember an error. Do you remember an error that we made? I don't remember one that we made.
No.
Emma pitched her guts out again. 13 strikeouts. You know, the middle of Corbin's lineup is also sensational. We try to keep them in the ballpark. We give up a couple of hits, a couple of doubles. Just very pleased with how the game went.
Absolutely. And there was one play specifically, you talk about making good plays in the field. Morgan Hicks hits an absolute bomb that was almost out of here, and it was just a hard play. I think Katie Sams was maybe one step away from actually catching it, but she just gets up and guns to second and throws her out at second.
All the outfielders, we work on that. We work on making that throw without a cut from the fence. These fields, our field especially, is 200 all the way around. And that's a pretty good throw. You got to have a good arm to make that. Katie played the ball perfectly off the fence. That's where it starts, is how you address the ball and how you play the ball. That was a strike. Of course, we put the tag on her. I was blocked by the umpire. I heard a lot of people yelling and screaming we didn't get a tag down, but the ball beat her by plenty. So I'm convinced that all that was good.
And another thing on the offensive end, Ellie Adams, we were all tied up 0-0, no runs on the board, and she gets the sacrifice bunt down, gets that runner to third base, and she ends up becoming the first runner to score that game. I thought there were several times in the games we've watched this season you guys have struggled getting the bunt down. So it looks like there's some improvement on that end, and great job by Ellie there.
We do it every day. Everybody has to get 4 or 6 or 8 bunts down there in bat practice. It may be funny to sound this way, but you have to get them down, or we don't move on to hit until we get our bunts down. And listen, the way Danny throws, and even Apple, the way she throws, they spin the softball so very well. It's not as easy as it may appear to be to get a bunt down. But it was perfect. We called for bunt down the third base line. Their pitcher has to come over and make a perfect play to get her out at first. So the bunt itself was perfect to move everybody up. They advance. I think we got the first one on a wild pitch, maybe off of that sack bunt. Little things, man. Little things will take you to the glory land in this game, and that's one of them.
And then Morgan's over the first baseman's head. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen before. And I saw you look at him. It's kind of like, well, if it works, it works.
Well, that ain't what we called. We were trying to bunt her down the first base line to move 2 runners again. The pitch was high. That's a break. We'll take every break we can get. Luckily, Morgan Hicks, their first baseman's not 6'5", or she would have caught it. She barely got over her glove. That's a hit. I mean, it's a hit, and it's a break. And I can't remember what happened after that. But that was the last inning. So we put some runs on board. That
Absolutely. And you got Rockcastle coming up, and that's the first game of the John Hooker Classic, I believe. And this is the first year that we've had softball be a part of that classic. And obviously, if you know the story of John Hooker, this is a great thing that we do. And over on the baseball field, we have the stadium named after him and stuff. And We will be broadcasting the games on Saturday, one of the baseball games and the girls softball game. So everyone tune into that. It's a great tournament, a great story.
I want to say, in to your point there, this is the second year we've been in part of the John Hooker.
Oh, okay.
I asked baseball if I know John was a baseball player, and Coach Gilbert, his uncle, was the baseball coach here for a long time. I know the whole family. I grew up with they're East 80 people, just like I am, and I asked if we could just play some games and put his name on it. Baseball graciously allowed us to do that. We've got a huge weekend. North and South will play Montgomery and Mercer County. There's 4 varsity games. I think Montgomery plays South at noon and us at 2, and then Mercer plays South at 4 and us at 6. Mercer and Montgomery were both in the state tournament last year, so they're going to be quality teams. We've added a JV game with South at 10 o'clock Saturday morning. I don't want to get on this soapbox too much, but people won't play JV, and it's starting to get aggravating. So we got with South. They were kind enough to work with us and let us schedule that, and it's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really long
Absolutely.
day. But it's going to be a good day. We got some good softball. Hopefully we'll be able to put a couple more good games, good wins together, good games together. But it's all about John. It's all about his family and Scarlett and the tragedy that came from that, and just to keep his memory alive. And, you know, if you put all the people that went to school here, he might be Mr. Jaguar out of all the classes that went through here. So it's a good day. It's a good cause. I hope some of his family gets to come out, and again, we appreciate the heck out of baseball letting us be a part of it.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the big win tonight, Coach, and good luck heading into the weekend.
All right. Thanks, Jelly.
At Liza Joyner Designs, we share your distinctive vision for your custom home interior design. At Liza Joyner, check out our large selection of Mackenzie Childs. Enjoy browsing all the brands that help us create our designs at lizajoyner.com. Or find us on Facebook and in person at 210 North Broad Street off Main in London. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Phone 606-657-4400 for Liza Joyner Design. Looking for insurance you can trust? Cumberland Valley Insurance Management has been serving London, Kentucky for over 40 years as an independent agency. They tailor your coverage to fit you. Local, trusted, committed to integrity. Call Logan Turner, your hometown agent, for all your insurance needs. Cumberland Valley Insurance Management, helping neighbors and businesses since 1977.
Second, we'll close this out.
So, ball 13 strikeouts on the night. She was our player of the game.
Yeah.
Just an altogether dominant performance for the most part in the circle. And Coach Edwards very happy with his team's performance tonight. You know, he spoke a lot about Danny Foley and how well she pitches, the movement on her pitches, and how difficult it is. And I knew she was a good pitcher when she struck out Sadie McClure for only the second time this season. So
just a great matchup, two 13th region rivals, and just great to get out with the win. But just a reminder, we'll be back on the air. Well, you will be, along with, I believe, Corey Corum at 11:30 a.m. on Saturday for the John Hooker Memorial Classic. Just an outstanding event. The baseball team will take on the Southwestern Warriors at 11:30. And then you'll be back on the air again at 6 p.m. as the Lady Jaguars take on Mercer County in softball action with you'll have a guest color analyst here in the press box with you on Saturday. So stay tuned. Excited to be able to bring those games to you as well. And again, thank all of our sponsors. Martin's Peterbilt, Cumberland Valley Insurance Management, Joyner Designs, Stidham Cabinets, and London Power Equipment for sponsoring North Laurel High School athletics, baseball, and softball.
So we will see you guys on Saturday morning. And as always,
go Jags.
Southern and country gospel, you have found It's the Light of London 98.5 for the old and new. And somewhere in between, we are the Light of London for the very best of country and Southern gospel.
We are the Light of London 98.5, providing you with some of the very best gospel music around. And you can take us with you anywhere you go. For more information, visit us at www.lightoflondon.com.